So
Sharing.
now you can try it.
Continue. Now you can see.
Yeah, now we can see you. Yes.
Okay, thank you for the invitation. Happy to be part of the seminar again. And as you said in the introduction, it's about my first topic of the seminar. It's microcycle with my team. But I also have another topic, and that's in Saturday, maybe also very interesting. I was talking about the defense and attack from the Olympic, with all the information from there. So it will be some interesting days. So, but of course, I will start, as you said, with a microcycle. At the moment, this microcycle is between two games. We played one game against a club called Busau, and we have a game, top game, with Sesame Bucharest. That will be the topic. But first, I will do like this, so you can see what I'm talking about. Just to have a short presentation, you know, everybody are listening, but I think the most interesting for you guys are that you start your education, because education is knowledge. When you do an online seminar or you are on a coaching seminar in your country, it's always something to learn. So for me, I'm a Jeff lecturer, yes, for 10 years, but my education is European Pro Master Coach. I have been professional coach for 25 years. At the moment, I'm working in Romania as a national team coach for women, and I'm head coach for one top team, Romanescu Valcea. So it's quite interesting job. I'm Norwegian, so always some culturing differences, but in the end, it's very development. My last education was to be an academic master coach. So you can always learn something. I'm 51 years old, so I always think I can be better. So let's start. If you see on the top, my microcycles will be from the 27th to 30th of September, because last match was against Busau away, the 25th of September. We have one free day, 26, but it was not free for everybody. This is very important, because it not always the players were playing a lot in the game of 25. So this 26, the players didn't play. They have one practice we call close the gap. They have to run, they have to have practice like a game. So we have almost 1 hour with the intensity work with the players who are not playing, because they don't need 3 days. And listen to me, if you forget this, you will have bigger and bigger distance from the players who are not playing and the players who are using a lot. So that's why we call it close to gap training, and we want more of the players to be in the right shape. Okay, now you can see the Monday after a free day. We start 10 o'clock in the morning with a gym session. My physical coach have 2 hours with the girls in the gym with the specific handball elements. I will coming back to this. We have always lunch in with the club, so everybody are together to eat. Monday, we were starting the preparation with video, 5 o'clock. Video about our opponents, but we were speaking about also the match before to close this game and start to prepare for the next game here. 6 o'clock, 1.5 hours with handball. So Monday, 2 hours gym, 1.5 hours with handball, 1 hour video. This is the schedule. Tuesday, nothing in the morning. They have some free time to relax. Lunch with the team. Then we have, I had with some of the players individual meetings because I have to talk to somebody. In Tuesday here, I talk to the playmakers because they have to be ready for this video meeting at 5 o'clock. So this is what we do. New video meeting. 6 o'clock, we had 1.5 hour handball. Wednesday, the day before the match, still we don't have anything in the morning. We have lunch together, new player meeting. And in this meeting, I had a meeting with the defense player and defense specialists just to solve some problems or some challenge we had in our defense. Then a little bit shorter video meeting because now we start to be closer to this game. It's important that it's not so much information because they have to select, and this video meeting it's just to have some key points. Handball training again. It's not 1.5 hours, it's 75 minutes with the tactical training. So we are ready for the game. On the match day, free time, but we are always together again. Lunch with the team, speak, just ensure that everybody are eating correct. Meeting in the arena, 16:15, because the match is at 6 o'clock. So we have 45 minutes for the medical stuff to prepare the girls, because 1 hour before the game, we have a small meeting in the locker room and everybody are ready for warm-up. So in the end, it's closer and closer to the match. We have to be very sharp. As I told you, gym training, warm-up for the matches, warm-up for the handball trainings, it's always the physical coach. My physical coach is not just about physics, but he is also a handball knowledgement. So that's important for me that my physical coach know everything about handball. I have also a goalkeeper coach. So in these video meetings, they are separated from the team. They are the first video meeting on Monday when we start to talk about defense. They are together with us, the first part, but the video meeting on Tuesday, Wednesday is just for the goalkeepers and the goalkeeper coach. So this is the, how to say, the big picture of what we do. This Monday after a game, and we also have to secure that the girls are also physical ready for the next period, because I always do minimum, and I said again, minimum 2 trainings per week with power. This because we want to keep up the level, because it's very easy to lose that kind of training if we don't think about it. This was the program for the big picture of the program for the girls on this Monday. But it's always some players who need something extra or some different kind of exercises because of, for example, this Kristina Lisevic have some low back pain problems, and instead of squats, she do some specific individual program for the legs. And this is also for example, our Spanish girl, Mireia Gonzalez, have some problems with her patella, and she needs some specific trainings, and that's individual program the physical coach creates with our medical staff. Because I have also one doctor and two guys who are working like a physiotherapist and masseur. So we create a team around these players to ensure that everybody are in good shape when we are playing, because this is a teamwork. And it's also important because we have all our trainings in English. Even it's in Romania, but we try to speak some Romanian. But again, we have an international team. We have players from Ukraine, we have players from Russia, from Serbia, from Germany, from Tunis, and me as a head coach from Norway, physical coach from Serbia. So easy to speak in the third language. But that's also very important to understand, because we can miss something if you are not very correct when you speak to the players. So we need always to have some extra, and we always speak very clear and direct to the players. Because we are speaking in the third language, and sometimes it can be some misunderstanding. And you know, when we are playing, we cannot have this. So that's why. Okay, as I told you, on Monday, we start always the meeting to prepare our own defense. This is the picture I was showing the girls, because we were talking about how CSMA Bucharest, how they act. We start with the wing players in this left wing, Dingilian, how she prepare and how she jump and how much she attack one against one. We speak about Aune, the right wing, the same, how much she will go from the angle, how much she will attack one against one, how much she will go inside. So this is important cooperation between number 6, number 1, and our goalkeeper. So this is very important, because normally we want 1 against 1 in the wing player position. Number 2 and number 5, they are alone in this area outside. This is just basic. This is basic. If we need some tactical reason, and I will come back to this, because in this game we also close this gap a little bit, and I will tell you more about this, because it was important for this game. In this area, our number 3 and number 4, they have some heavy challenge, because they have tall and very strong pivots. Yvette Brock, very good pivot from Holland, and Musevic, good pivot from Montenegro. And these pivots, we need to have a really clear, rules about how we can protect against the backcourt players and not let the pivot have too easy space. Okay, CSMA, the history behind CSMA is that they have maybe the best female player in the world in the team, Cristina Niago. She's a player, she can everything in attack. So in this game, I was talking to the girls that she will probably have a lot of chances. She will make a lot of goals. So we turn our mental process, because we have to accept that she can make a lot, but instead of let her make a lot and the other player also make a lot, I took a decision that, okay, let's do it like this. I prefer that Lasovic and Klikovac in right back position, Umoregi and Emilia Anschen in this position and this position can do something, but we want to not let them have an easy day on work. So, you know, the idea behind this plan for this game were to let them not get easy chances and score easy goals. Of course, we were speaking about Cristina Niago, how she acts with tempo, because she has very good tempo regulation in her way to play. She is good to take the tempo down, and she's also very explosive when she wants to do something. But you can see it. So when she have really high tempo, it's necessary to go out. If it's in this position, or in number 2, or in number 3, 4 position, they have to go out. If she's a little bit dancing and very slow, we don't want to go out. We want to close the gap around the pivot and also outside, because she's very good to pass and do the decisions. She's one of the best decision maker in the world. So that's why this was the focus area. Then we speak about 2 other players. Emilia Anschen, Norwegian national team player, tall, good shooter, good with the pivot, but not so fast. She's a little bit slow, but from 9. Umoregi, it's the player in this team who are very good inside 9. 1 against 1, very dangerous. She can shoot also when she's close to the defense and here, but she's not good to play with the pivot, and she very, very few times when she attack in the space that she will play her teammates. So this was the first step when we were speaking about this picture. I always give them all information about this because it's very important. Okay, now we are talking this picture and this video, it's about Cristina Niago. And when you can see now, she has Emilia Anschen in the playmaker position, and she's a shooter. So I will give you the video. And you can see, a little bit slow, but she wants to create the, how to say, that the players are on her and give Emilia the chance to shoot. For me, this is very important. This is a key element. They have to read my defense, have to read if it's Umoregi in the middle or Emilia. I just want to give you this one more time. You can see now, she attack, but she creates this situation, number 4, and it's very easy to shoot. And we cannot allow Emilia to shoot from this distance without any pressure. It will create a goal. Okay. Now, I will give this. Yeah. Okay. Now you can see with Umoregi in the middle. They do the crossing, but the point is everything it's about Cristina Niago. And for me, in this case, we were speaking about this because I want them to close this. We have to be closer. This player cannot be in this position, but a little bit here. She can go a little bit more inside. Okay, if she's good enough, she can pass to the wing, but that's okay. Don't let her go easy in this space, because here she's very dangerous. She is also dangerous if she can go all the way around in this space, and we cannot allow this. Now you can see a difference. Again, it's about Kristina Niago, but I want my players to see this video because now you can see difference. Now you have a shooter in the middle again. And you can see also what's happened. You can see now the attack. 3, go. Take it one more time. In this position, it's very hard to stop this kind of play because she's too close. Now I want you to see they have turned it. It's Umuregi. She's more a player for inside 9. The same system, and you can see she do some different things. Kristina will always look at the opportunities. In this case, how to stop this. This is also on our agenda. It's too much focus. How to stop this? If we want to go up, we have to go up. If not, stay down and let number 3 go up and close it. We have to be closer and close the wing player, because in this case, she has everything. And again, we have to read the game. What to do when you have this kind of players in the middle? If they have a shooter in the middle, that's 2 different things. And they have to start to think about this on Monday, because we start to prepare the defense already on Monday. So we cannot have any coincidence in this case. Okay, focus. We put all the focus now a little bit away from Kristina Niago because we know she can do a lot in this game. And then we start to prepare to how we can protect against the right backs. I will start with Lasovic because she has some very good actions inside when she wants to shoot. In this position, she is dangerous. She can always go here, but her arm is free to shoot, and she is also dangerous when she is in this kind of speed, but always inside for shooting. You can see again, she will go, but now she attack without, okay, she start the action without the ball. She attack inside. This is a movement we have to know about, and my number 5 and number 4, they have to know this. When she's inside the court, she will always try to do something inside. When she go outside, you will be alone, but she will attack the space and go from 6, and that's okay. We want that because we can close it with a cooperation with our number 6. Now you can see the third options that you can go with it sliding and go outside. In this case, we want in our game to close this gap with our number 6. When she's so close to 6, she cannot pass the ball. So I want our wing players to go close and do the technical foul. And yeah, that's important. Lazovic, she has also a little bit cooperation with the pivots, so we need to focus when she is on the court. Also, we need to focus around the pivot. Of course, this is 6 against 6 without goalkeeper, but still. We'll take it one more time, because it's about basic skills. I never allowed my defense players let the pivot between you and the player. Now it's easy for her to pass to the pivot. Never allowed this position. So if you want to fight the pivot, you don't need to see the ball. You have to just close this gap. This player now, she's out of position and she has nobody. That's why I said, close it inside, because she can never do anything more than pass this direct ball to the pivot. And this is not any good reason to have this chance. That is good to know before we will play. The last part of this clip, I want them to see, because they are quite slow when they change players. So when we were speaking about defense, we were also speaking about how to run in phase 2. And of course, fast trouble. Okay, now we are focused on the second right back, because they change. They play more or less 50-50. So Klikovac, the other right back, you can see. But she is more like a breakthrough player. And this is important. She will always challenge. She's very close to the defense, but she will put the nose into the space. And she will always have the chance to jump. And I don't want to have this, because she will always have her back to the wing player. And I told my wing player that in this case, I need you to close it. She will never, in this position, pass. So I want my wing player to close this, and it starts before. Now it's too late. So when she is in this position, here it's already starting. Instead of backing like this, Christina is very close to the defense. I want her to go harder on this. Now it's too late, because she started to back. I want her to go close to this player and finish it. And see again how she attack outside. She like that. She go, open the space. She always put the partner inside. She never passed the ball when she come inside 9. So again, we were talking about how to stop this, to close this gap, close this space, and every time go really tough. When you take the decision as number 6 in defense, I want them to go really tough. Don't wait. Okay, next focus area was around their playmaker. And in this case, it's Elisabeth Omoregi. She's very good inside 9, and she will always try to put her nose into the space. She will challenge 1 against 1. If she has the possibility to go 2 against 2, she will always do it, but she will 95% of every time, she will never use the pivot. She will jump into the space. So this was also very important, that we not let her easily go in the space between number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. When she play in backcourt position, especially in the left back, it's the same, 1 against 1. Now she will stay close. She cannot shoot, but I said, be every time ready for shooting. So work with your arms, because in this case, you can see again, even one of the best defense player in the world, she's in this position. The problem is that she hold the pivot and just one arm block. And I told my girls that I don't want to see this. I want to see one player up with 2 arms in the air. I don't want to see one player hold the pivot. This is rule number 1, to protect and have a good cooperation with the goalkeeper. Let's see again. Now you have the chance. You will always hunt. And of course, in the training, we are working with the basic. In this case, again, not any good technical defense. And I don't want my girls to be in this position, parallel. I want them to be a little bit on the, on the ball side. In this case, I want them to use their left leg a little bit in position, so you force her to go outside. But, and again, this is very open situation for her. If you are parallel, you will lose. You have space outside. You also have space inside because of the pivot. So we were speaking about this, how to do it and how to practice this in the training. Again, it's too easy to let her go inside. Because this is a cooperation. And you don't need to be on 6. My number 3 and number 4, never on 6. 6.5, 7. And then they can push this player. Now they are hopeless, because parallel on 6, it's easy for her. If you step up in this position, again, with the left leg, correct, and be on 6.5, then you can have a chance to take her down. We continue with Omoregi. This is our game. Again, He will continue and continue. He always has a nose for the situation outside or inside. Outside, no, puts the arm correct way, because this is very good technique. You can see she puts the arms correct way and she attacked this space. It's not so many players do this, but she's one of the players managed to always find the possibility to go in this space. So the last flip, she turns, she waits, she challenge. I will go back. And how to stop this action. It's about this action. And we were talking about to not let them easily have one more pass, so Cristina Niago can come in very good position to give the other ones good passes. So in this case, I want to make a free throw, a foul in this situation that they have to stop. We can reorganize in defense and not let this one happen, because now it's lost. When you let this easily go and you think, okay, we have protect the line, but now this pass in this open space will always create goal, 7 meter, etc. So it's not always about her 1 against 1. You have to think about the situation before. A lot of teams let the teams playing just around their nose and don't take some advantage or take some action. And for me, this is basic number 1. I don't want to have extra passes. If we can, we want to close it. And in this case, we have to close it before. We don't let them have all the situation. Now you can see one pass, easy, go in next space, easy. And you cannot stop. But again, this is strategy to start. Okay. Just for resume, we are now talking about the backcourt players, because beginning of my presentation, we were talking a little bit about the wing players, how we want to play. We wanted to play 1 against 1 in the wings, but I also want them to close the space between 6 and 5, because they never pass easy ball out. Next, don't let all focus be with Cristina Niago. I want them to be even harder on Elisabeth Omoregi, the playmaker, Emilia Arntzen, the shooter, and of course the right backs. If we could put them down, we have bigger opportunity to beat the champions of Romania and the best team in Romania. So the next was around the pivot, but in this team, the pivot, Yvette Brock, she's also a key person in contra or in phase 2, because she's tall, she's big, but very fast and very clever to move.
Semicel se arată la această verticalizare pe pivot. Brock singură cu portarul. Foggia atinge mingea. Goalkeeper Moreghe, o apărare agresivă a CSM-ului. Din nou Brock, vârf de lance pe contraatac olandeza. Trage cu podeaua și o învinge pe Franțul Laica Foggia. Unghiul extremei feroviare. Olandeza se
How we
mișcă
want
mult acolo
to
cu balansul
close
în
this
spatele
gap. We have to
apărătoarelor.
run.
A luat bine prin planul, a băgat numărul spre poartă și a tras cu sete.
Not easy.
Neagu pleacă în dribbling, joacă aproape la Omoreghe, repasare. Foarte bun faultul făcut de Fraga Fernandez, care permite Rapidului să se reașeze în defensivă. Neagu, bună pirueta și iată ce bine se descurcă Broch.
Lasă bine pentru Arntzen. Arntzen, Broch era cu brațul ridicat. Pasă, un nou look pass. Dat pentru Broch și simplu își face
Din nou are feeling acolo, Grubisic și le spinge, pasă în adâncime perfectă pe poziție viitoare și acolo Broch.
And of course, they are very good because Cristina Niago can do all the decision. Emilia Arntzen is big shooter, but she's also very good in phase 2. As I told you before, Umoregi is 1-against-1 and she will go for herself. So our priority was to close the gap and the cooperation between Cristina Niago, the pivot, Emilia Arntzen and the pivot. So that was necessary to see this kind of running motivation, because in the training I had to do some exercises that we have this kind of a little bit look-alike what we will do in the game. So I will speak a little bit more about this cooperation, because then, you know, when we start this mental preparation also, it's important, because I have rules in defense and it's much easier for me to explain when they can see this action. And of course, the cooperation with Chris Niago and the pivot is very good in every element. She will challenge, you have to do something. And I always tell my girls, because they like everybody else. I will stop the video and I will explain. In this position, you can see this player, she's looking at the ball. I don't want to have my defense player to look at the ball. I want them to just kill the pivot, because now she's trying to see the ball and trying to stop the pivot. Only thing she creates is to have even better condition for the pivot, because she can have good conditions, she can run in this space, but instead of see the ball, just go in to close this gap and not let the pivot run. This is basic when we are talking, and I told my defense player, I don't want you to see the ball. We have one player up, the second one has to just close the pivot, not see the ball, because you don't need. This is unnecessary, and you can see in your team, when you do this, a lot of defense players miss the pass to the pivot because they think in their head that they can control the pivot and the ball, but they cannot. It's even harder in men's handball because it's very tough, and sometimes you will never have a chance if you don't focus on one thing. So this is very important for my team and for me as a coach, to focus. Don't look at the ball, just take the pivot, because then you take away one chance for her to easy goals. She has to do something else. Very interesting situation again. This is one of my most important things. It's not enough to be on the shoulder. Never enough. If you are in this position, you have to close this arm down, because top level players, doesn't matter if they have body contact with the defense. They easily pass the ball to the pivot. In this case, my exercises always based on, if you do the tackle, you have to tackle in the correct way, and you have to break the arm down, not just in the shoulder and in the hip. Of course, now she's also without balance, but in this case, it's not enough. And of course, it's fantastic play, but you can stop it if you are focused on details. And defense, it's about details. If you want to win championship, if you want to win games, or whatever, if you want to be a winner in handball, if you don't focus on details in defense, you will never win championship or gold medals. The gold medals will always start with good defense. So for me, it's very easy to explain, but of course, in the reality, you have to practice, 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 because this is about individual technique. It's not about tactic. Yeah. Okay, before I will speak about 7 against 6, stop it a little bit. I will give the word back to Condor Travel. Stop sharing. Matic, do you hear me? Hi, Matic, do you hear me?
Yes, I do. Hi.
Yes. Then
Okay.
you can.
Okay, so sure. Short break and then we continue. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, guys, during the break, please answer, type all the questions in the Q&A box. Okay, don't forget that, so that Bent will answer it after the short break, please. Thank you.
Slovenia. Make new memories.
Okay, guys, did you write any questions? So far, we have only one. Bent, you can take over the screen now, and you don't need to type the answer. You can just answer it.
Okay. I can ask. Okay, then I do this. Cancel. I will do this. Share the screen. Continue. Yes. Okay, I will answer the question because I think it was about this Monday training. Correct? Yes. Everybody can hear me, or?
Yeah, everybody can hear you.
Because this question, I think it was about the physical training on this Monday. If you see, it was about 3 series, 75 to 85% of maximal 1 RM, 8 to 12 repetitions, 7 exercises. You can also see it if you go back, because I think you have copy of this this PowerPoint. So you can see it. I wrote it 3 series, 75 to 85% of 1 max, 8 to 12 repetitions, 7 exercises. So it was good. Okay.
Yeah, all good. You have one more question there?
Yeah, I can go further. Okay, guys, let's continue. The second thing we wanted to speak about, I will take it later, maybe. Yeah, okay. The second thing in defense was CSM Bucharest will play 7 against 6, and they always play 7 against 6 with the pivot number 1 between number 2 and 3, pivot number 2 between, you can see here, between 4 and 5. This is the setup. Of course, we know the decision maker will be in this position or this position, because everything will be from Cristina Niago. And how to do? Of course, she will shoot, she will go, she will pass, so we have to do something. In this case, this pivot, we will go, if she come attack, we go, and we have to close. This player and this player, I don't want them to go so high in 7 against 6. I want them to shoot a little bit from distance, but I don't want them have breakthrough in this area, because the pivot number 2 is here just to make this block, to let Umoregi, or if it's Emilia here and this is Cristina Niago, she will always attack this space and then easily pass. I want them to close. I want the wing players to take shots. In this case, first I want the left wing to take more shots. The second choice is to let the right wing. So for me, that was number 1. She can shoot, so please go closer. This player can go a little bit up to be aggressive, inside, outside, and maybe sometimes let the wing go, but it's better to do this than create a lot of situation in the center. This is priority when we play 7 against 6. So far, we don't have any alternative defense like 5-1, because we don't have yet the type of players that we can play 5-1 against 7 against 6. That's why I want to be even better, kind of 6-0 and close around the pivot and not let anything happen in this area. Empty goal, 7 against 6, and you can see. Always looking for this space. I was drawing in the picture, because it's always necessary to speak with the players first before they see the situation, because if they see the situation, they just create some own ideas. That's why I always draw special situations, 7-6 or systems, and speak about it. Then I show them the videos. Then we can discuss about how we can protect. Of course, it's too late.
De Semicel se arată la această verticalizare pe pivot. De...
Okay, that was, I will end this. I will go back to this, but all this clip and all this video material we were speaking about, it was based on this video meeting, half of this video meeting, because now we will turn the focus. This training was 100% about defense. We also continue more or less with defense in this training, but little bit more also attack. We combined it. But video meeting 1 and 2, very much based on defense. So I will go back. Now we start, as I said, focus on our attack play. I will go open it. Then we do it again. I draw a situation because Sesame defense based on different things. For example, in number 2 defense, here they always count on this. How good is the player to shoot? They never go up high if you don't are a very good shooter. They always have the question, where is the pivot? Third, you get help inside but not outside. They always do this because they have big number 3 and number 4. They also stay quite high, between 6.5 and 8 meters in defense. Number 3 and 4, they have all the responsibility inside, all actions inside, 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 inside. It's about the responsibility for number 3 and number 4. And again, how good is the shooter? It's based on how long or how high you want to play in this sector. And number 2, it's about to cover the pivot. Number 3, don't let the left back or the right back easily crossing in front of this sector. This is the basic element for how they are working in defense. So,
în colțul scurt, unde teoretic sărise blocajul, trebuia să țină colțul lung. La 2 pentru CSM. Pivot la joc, dublu paravan pe moment, Târcă obține aruncarea de la 7 metri. Insistă foarte mult jucătoarele României la ultimele 2 adversare ale României la campionatul mondial din Spania. Grupa României va fi această. Suntem cu Norvegia, bine.
This is the strongest part of the team. Emilie Arntzen as number 4 Yvette Brock as number 3. This is very strong because both of these girls are very tall. The weak link was here and here, especially outside. They are not so good. And of course, we want to do something with this, how to split number 3 and 4, and we will see. Just let's go a little bit longer.
Bineînțeles că nu puteam să scăpăm de Norvegia și locurile 3 și 4 din Asia.
Pasă la pivot, Hernandez scapă din marcajul lui Brock și reușește să înscrie.
Vă spuneam, locurile 3 și 4, cel mai probabil se pare că a venit Vladimir Golovin, unul dintre cei mai reputați antrenori din țara vecină. Deci sunt posturi libere.
A intrat Carlos Azenaide în inter dreapta, Fernandez Fraga, Carlos Azenaide pătrunde și înscrie superb angoleza.
Ce înseamnă să ai o stângă olimpice de la Tokyo.
A schimbat portarul Carlos Viver, a scos-o pe Julie Fogea, a intrat Diana Ciucă, Claudia Constantinescu, Fernandez Fraga, pasă pentru Carlos Azenaide, aruncă întors, Gruba din nou, impecabil, dar se dă posesie.
Constantinescu, angoleza Azenaide, Fraga Fernandez, schimbare de direcție, pasă expres și Chiricuță găsește colțul scurt Rapidului, chiar dacă au multe jucători de creație și a trecut la un joc clasic cu 2 interi specializați, antrenorul Carlos Viver. Chiricuță se duce pivot temporar, al doilea pivot pentru Rapid. Foarte bine se deplasează în direcția mingii, defensiva CSM-ului, un joc mult mai bun ca în partida cu Rosno. Jucătoare africană, mutantă, angoleza. Constantinescu, de data aceasta nu începerea campionatului mondial cantonament, deci nu vor avea prea mult cei de la Vâlcea pe Bendal.
A intrat între timp și Oana Manea, lefter acum, după căsătorie.
Fosta jucătoare a CSM-ului și fostă câștigătoare a Ligii Campionilor cu Să vedem răspunsul Rapidului cu Fraga Fernandez, care indică schema coechipierilor. Chiricuță intră în circulație, pasă la pivotul spaniol, Aeroa Hernandez, care obține aruncare de la 7 metri. Hernandez în colțul scurt, unde teoretic sărise blocajul, trebuia să țină colțul.
I will just see what you are asking. Okay, sorry, I just had to read something. How many sets on each? Yes, is this way, for example, all details about each opponent players can be for younger players. About younger players, just to say this, I get one question that all this kind of video material, I will tell you like this. The most important when you have younger players is about to talk about yourself and technical skills. When you are older, under 18, under 16, I still want them to focus on own, how to say, basic technique, because that's enough. But when you are stepping up in under 18, you start to talk more and more about tactical choices, about their opponents. But of course it's different because my team is full professional and I have them from the morning to the evening. So I can do whatever I want and I have to give them the possibilities. So for me as a coach, as a professional coach in a professional team, I have to do it because this is also about knowledge. But of course, not every players have the capacity to take all this information. So the question can be like this. It's good to start to develop players in a little bit early age category. Yes, because then they know what to see when they are a little bit older. But not too much, but they have to start slowly. Okay. I was starting to speaking about their defense. Okay, then we were starting to see what can we do. And for me it was to do a lot of things, but I want to challenge with little bit more wide pivot. I want to have my pivots between 5 and 6, and also sometimes between 1 and 2, not just between 3, 4, 4, 5, or 2, 3. So if you see the first, if we do this, I call it Kempa. If you have a pivot cross, I don't want them to just go inside here. I want them to go all the way outside, because then they have to do something. They cannot stay like this. When you do this, they have to push the defense closer to the pivot. And again, then you have better chance 1 against 1 in the middle. I want us to have a lot of press play. That means attack close and to the space, and also crossing. You know, you can have a cross play, you can do a lot of different things, but I want them to also turn the ball. If we, for example, have a press play in this, and the playmaker got the ball, she can turn the ball back and we can attack. Fake play, that's mean if, for example, have this one, I go normally this passing the ball to the pivot and the pivot passing the ball here. Now, if you do it the fake way, the pivot will come. You are not passing to the pivot, but you are passing to the backcourt players who are attacking the space. So this is something we were speaking about, how we can solve the defense of Sesame. Okay, then I was thinking as a coach, because I have some clips from 2 years before against Sesame, when we have quite success. Some of this movement, they didn't play anymore because they were a little bit changing of coaches, blah, blah, and then they forgot it. I put it up again because it's good. And I was showing the girls this.
Două handbaliste, Lișevici și Fraga Fernandez, care pot face diferența jocul 1-1. Iată pe Lișevici în acțiune. Eliberează repede mingea. Foarte bun atacul și înscrie Florin. Două handbaliste, Lișevici și Fraga Fernandez, care pot face diferența jocul 1-1. Iată pe Lișevici în acțiune. Eliberează repede mingea. Foarte bun atacul și înscrie Florin.
Alicia Fernandez, Glipco în zonă centrală, întâmpinată de Omoreghe, minge pentru Alicia Fernandez. Din nou pătrunde, reușește pasa pentru finalizarea lui Ordal.
Inge, Ina Pintea, cel mai bun pivot europeanul din 2018, dar și cea mai valoroasă jucătoare pe postul de pivot în Liga Campionilor. Să vedem construcția atacului, atac în sistem al vâlcencelor. Ordal din nou valoroasă jucătoare pe postul de dar și cea mai valoroasă jucătoare pe postul de pivot în Liga Campionilor. Să vedem.
This is the case. She stopped here because I want my pivots not just to run, but sometimes I want them to have a little bit of rhythm changing. Stop. Yes?
Bent, while you are playing the video and you are speaking with it in the background, the voice is very bad, so it's breaking, so nobody can hear you. So I suggest you play the video, stop the video, you tell what you have to say, and you continue, yeah. Okay? Yes, thank you.
Okay, as I said, if you saw the video now, I was talking about the rhythm changing of the pivot. Sometimes when you have this pivot running outside, normally they just run in normal speed. Sometimes you can create a lot of things just to change the rhythm of the pivot, how she or he is running. So it's also important to speak about, because this is something, some easy goals you can create just to change rhythm. The next tactical movement was to have two line players transition play, 4-2 play, transition from the playmaker. We put the pivot between number 1 and 2, or 5 or 6. The playmaker will go on the opposite, 4-5 or 2-3. This was the basic, just to have challenge in the middle, so we can be even tougher when we go to the space.
Sunt cele două arbitre ale acestei finale. Observator este Marius Barcan. Lipko din nou se lovește de Omoreghe. Continuă atacul, Alicia Fernandez Fraga pasă pentru Glipco, o minge care ajunge până la urmă.
În semifinala cu Rapid mult timp, dar iată că astăzi pregătește surprize lui Adi Vasile, antrenorul CSM-ului.
Yeah, sorry.
Liščević, Glipko aruncă!
Mare de gabarit față de Carmen Martin.
Liščević, Glipko aruncă!
The basic, always to try to create space for shooting or attacking 1 against 1. And as I told you, these clips were from 2 years ago, but they have even better and taller defense in number 3 and 4 position to attack. And they have the same problems. So it was good to see and show the players that because in this game was 7 of my team now were also playing in this game. So they have the knowledge and they were, this is good picture to take also into this game. Okay. 6-0. We have quite okay control. We were talking about some small issues to change. As I told you, we changed a little bit about the rhythm and how the pivot was running in our systems. We also create more 4-2 play. What to do when CSM have some problems? They will always change from 6-0 to 5-1. And then in this, call it number 1 position or number 3 high, doesn't matter. But in this position, they always use Yvette Brock. And Yvette Brock is tall. She's 185 or 86 for a woman. And she's very dynamic. She can move a lot. She's one of the best players in this position. And okay, then how to create problems, because they want to cut this line and try to get our playmaker to be a little bit more back and just pass the ball and try to have this angle to create problems. Okay, then we have to start to have some systems to create some fuss around this player. I showed them some picture about her in 5-1. And again, they have problems in number 5 and number 2 position. if you want to play a really good 5-1, you have to have strong players in 5 and 2. If not, you will be very, how to say, big problems, because you don't want to have this easy 1 against 1. Okay. We also are talking about how we can move like a pivot, which kind of position we want to be in, and the timing of movement. So this was the basic. We were just looking at these 2 clips. And then we were talking about the system. And I was drawing one system. This was the same system we have, but we do it a little bit different, because it's a line pivot switch, or this Kempa. Our playmaker go like this red line, crossing the pivot. And you can see the pivot is crossing and running behind and back to this space. Our playmaker will go like this, pass the ball, but run in this space to create a cross behind. This because we want this player to go close, and we can attack easily outside. And of course, everything is not easy, but that's the main thing about this system.
4 goluri a reușit CSM-ul în 22 de minute. Foarte, foarte puțin.
Fernandez! Ce breșă! De minute până la pauză. 6 goluri avans pentru Vâlcea și atacul. Ordal pentru Glipco. Glipco pasă pentru Ordal, care se întoarce, aruncă și scoate 7 metri.
Frumos.
And you can see, I will show you one more time, but how just this kind of simple movements in front of 5-1 and behind the 5-1, how they create problems. And this movement, we score a lot of goals when they switch, and I can see back on this game, that was one of the key points that we win the game. And I will give you...
4 goluri a reușit CSM-ul în 22 de minute. Foarte, foarte puțin.
Fernandez! Ce breșă! De minute până la pauză. 6 goluri avans pentru Vâlcea și atacul. Ordal pentru Glipco. Glipco pasă pentru Ordal, care se întoarce, aruncă și scoate 7 metri.
Frumos.
You can see the first clip how number 3 in this defense was totally out. She lost her position, and then it's impossible to close this space. So that's why. Okay, the next, we were speaking about 5-1, and of course we also know that if we want to win this game, we have to run. Sesame, they always change 1 or 2 players. So I want my players to have a kind of running structures, or basic running, but I want them to see because they were not in balance. A lot of times when they are running back, they change players, but they are running back, but they are not in balance. And that's why this was very important for us.
Batinovic are o misiune ușoară.
I want my players to be really wide, the playmaker the other backcourt players running up and go wide, our wing players, in this case, going wide and go to the corner. Already the left wing is in the corner. The pivot has to run really tough to the middle.
Batinovic are o misiune ușoară. Are o putere mentală.
This I wanted to create because we have the space and they have not possibility to close this if we are running correct with discipline. So in the end, it's about the structure and how we could manage to attack this game. Yes, the result of this game, in the end, we win 31-30. We scored the last goal 2 seconds before, and that was the end of the story. And of course, we were happy, but the point number one, we succeed with a lot of things we did in this microcycle. It's not always like this, but this is what I do every time because I work with monthly cyclists. They know what to do every month, but it's not that everything is written in stone. But for me, it's important that we have the basics and then we can change a little bit. It's depend on the situation in the team. But we will, for example, next week, we will have play Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. So it will be 2 tough games. One away game on Wednesday. We are coming back on Thursday. And then we are prepared for the next game. So our next microcycle will have already started. But we have to think 2 games in the same time. When we prepare, we cannot prepare just for the first game because we don't have time to prepare for the second one. So for us, it's important to find the balance with the information about the team and how we prepare our own players to be ready for this action. Yes, guys, this was what I had today about this microcycle in my team. So I am open for a question, of course. Then I can stop sharing.
Okay, guys, if you have any questions, now is the time.
Of course, microcycles is it's different from team to team, but as I told you, my team is full professional, so I have the opportunity to use every day. So for me, it's maybe easier than for a lot of other teams, but in the end, it's about to be ready for games. So, guys, some question, or it was understandable? Because for my next topic on Saturday will be on attack play and defense play from the Olympics. So maybe you have some, you can, if you have some question from this topic today, I can also answer on Saturday if you feel it's necessary. I can, it's no problem for me.
We have 2 questions in Q&A section.
Okay, I have to see. It's maybe here. This is okay. Is the way explain about players? Okay, then when you recognize they are weak in defense, number 2 and number 5, why you didn't play on them outside? What do you think? I did play on them outside. I do all my crossing outside. Maybe I was not clear when I was talking to you, but in our game, we played outside. So, for example, we do single cross and double cross. So for us was quite success both ways. So we were quite good, but we can be better. But we score a lot of goals outside number 2 and 5. So that was question number 1. This micro is for one game in each week. No, it is not, because as I said in the beginning, it was between, we were playing Saturday 26, and our next game was Thursday the 30th. So we always talking about this 4 days. It's about between 2 games. Okay. Some other questions? I will do this.
There is just one more in the chat section.
Yeah, I will try to open this chat. Just bad voice. Okay, then we fix it. Do exercise in gym different from match to others? Yes, it's depend on the players. My physical coach, we have basic exercises, but we will do different, because it's also about reps and kilo and how much we will do. For example, between Wednesday, Saturday game, when we have a gym on Thursday, it will be different. It will just be very light and explosive gym. So the question is yes, but I cannot go in directly in details because I know it's different. Yes, it's done.
Professor Dahl.
Thank you.
One question.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the lecture. What recovery protocol do you use with your team? What recovery protocol do you use with your team?
The only thing we based on, it's from our healthcare stuff. You know, our doctors and these guys, they always, after the games, they have treatments like massage. They have, you know, this, we have some special ice bath that they go into this bath. So we have very good conditions in our club. So it's not everybody has this, but we use everything available to be fresh. So we have not any excuses to not be fresh. So our biggest challenge is to educate our players to take care of their own body, because they are professional, but sometimes you wonder, because they are the only thing they have to care about, it's about their body. And this is the biggest challenge, to speak to the players that they understand the necessary needs with correct eating, correct food, correct sleeping. You know, they have to sleep more. They have to take care of themselves, especially now in Europe, when you are apart from summer to winter, they forgot a lot of things. So we have to always not stopping to educate and talk about this issue, because if we just have to run after the players, they will not learn anything. So they also have to take responsibility for their own development. So we have a lot, but still we have many things to do. But as I said, I'm very lucky because I have my staff around me to take care of this. So in the end, we also have, of course, necessary thing to eat. They have special drinks. They, yeah, you know, everything. So yeah, we have a program, but I cannot say everything because I don't have it in front of me. I just know that our doctors and our physiotherapy and massage guys, they take care of this.
Thank you.
Yes. Someone else? Or that was okay? And
yes, I think so. I think so. Thank you very much for productive, thorough, practical to the point lecture, and looking forward to see you on Saturday. Thanks everybody. And Matisse, the floor is yours if you want to say anything, Matisse.
No, nothing. You did a great job, Ben. So
sorry, Matisse. I would just want to see one thing. I will check this noise and voice connection. So on Saturday, I will do a little bit different. So I will let the video goes and speak a little bit between. So it's okay to give me feedback because I didn't know before you said it. So it's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.
See you.
Matisse, tomorrow we start 8:30, not 9. Is it?
8:30 tomorrow. Yes, correct.
Yes. So tomorrow نصف شباب. Thank you so much for being here and see you tomorrow. Thank you, Matisse.
Okay. Thank
Professor
you.
Van
Bye-bye.
Dahl, thank you so much. Bye-bye.